Hello everyone and welcome back to this tutorial. This one's going to be quick and this will go over the next tutorial, which should be using entities and iterating over the entities. So this would be about weak references. You might ask yourself, what is a weak reference? It holds a weak reference to the object that it takes from. Basically, when we have an Anglebot int index, that is just a pointer to hold the value of -1. Create a pointer. In this instance, we have a pointer called velocity.weakReference, which will hold the reference of null. And take a note that we have 2 colons. This means that this is accessible throughout the whole script until the virtual machine is finished with what it's doing. Yet again, we have a pointer here called Anglebot, which holds the pointer reference to 3. And yet again, this is a global variable. So this will be accessible until the virtual machine has finished all its tasks. This code here really helps and makes sure that we don't always iterate over entities. There's nothing wrong with iterating over entities, but if you have a situation where you always need to call them, it's better to have a weak reference. In this instance, we have an activator, which is always called from functions from Hammer. So we're getting the activator, and we're getting its weak reference, and we're storing that inside current bot here. Yet again, current bot is an identifier, which is a pointer, and it points to null. In this case, we're just setting the value from current bot into whatever reference the activator will be. That means you don't always need to iterate over and over again. This comes handy later on. And because of weak references, we can use getOrigin, which is a part of the entities class, which is current bot. We can't do this without weak references without going with an iteration loop. Don't worry about all this. This here will not be used because bots do not like looking. It's annoying. So let's go to Hammer. So here we are in Hammer. We have the player spawn, a trigger, and the script. It will look pixely, so I'll try and zoom up a bit. This trigger will have an output on start touch. We access the angle script, which is located here. We run script code and we use the activate name function and we pass in the anglebot variable. And notice that 2 columns here, so this is a global variable that we're accessing here. This is what makes it handy if you have global variables, that you can use it with Hammer. And because we can use callers and activators, we can use activator or caller, which is here. So we can get an activator and caller. So we can do caller with, I think, to get who called the function. But we don't need a caller, we only need the person who activates it, hence the activator. That's a handy thing with Hammer, is that you can get the caller and the activator from the function. Here is an example without the usage of a weak reference. We have to iterate and use the entities class, then use a function which filters for something. This here is an example from the CSGO VScript examples page in the Valve developer community. If you scroll down into turn decoys into nukes, this is the entity loop that we'll be using for example. Notice that we have an entity and then we iterate and reassign it. And this will only loop as long as int is not equal to null. This could be also rewritten as this. So this line here achieves what this line here does. We check that is not null, so that's the overall here. We assign the int, which is done here, and then we recheck again if it's null, and then we break. That's essentially what this line here is doing, but it's doing it into one line. So that's really handy. So as you know, we have a Discord channel just for VScript. So if you go to Hammer VScript, then hit the VScript channel, there's lots of Hammer Squirrel help for you. If you're about Hammer, there's a Hammer tab here. So the link for this Discord will be in the description. Also, I do have a Trello page as well. So I have ongoing video projects, so you can always check what status I am in. Next example, I'm doing break references in the square, so I'm gonna, there we go, don't really need these actually. So that's 3 out of 6 done. So after this video, this will be gone. I'm probably working on one of these. So yet again, I have a Trello page, which will be in the Discord to see what status I am in, and there is a Discord for help if you need any. And then go down to the VScript. As easy peasy as that. See you in the next video.